MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
And welcome everybody to a fantastic Friday night here at Kansas Speedway. Welcome to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight on the mics you have myself, Chris, and Rick. First time ever here on MaxSpeedTV, getting ready to go live again with MaxSpeedTV, the drive for suicide prevention. Getting ready to go. Can't wait. Rick, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Chris. Excited to be back here in the booth with you and our new adventure here at MaxSpeedTV. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I am too. I can't wait to get this one going. Going to be a great race. And yeah, man, we've got some names that we're going to kill. I'm sure of it. I want to thank everybody again for coming on out here and checking out the drive for suicide prevention. Man, it's awesome. So again, thanks for coming out. Rick, thank you for coming out, and thank all the drivers too. It's pretty cool to have everybody out here. I can't wait to get this one started. We've got about 30 seconds left of practice, and then we'll do some qualifying, get this one going for you folks. What do you think, Rick? Have you been watching any practice here so far?
Well, I have been watching some practice, Chris, and these guys, it's going to be a lot of fun here. I mean, here we are, we're on a cookie cutter track, what everybody likes to call cookie cutter, but I actually like Kansas. It's a 1.5 mile speedway. It's fast, it's good racing, and I think we're really going to have a good show tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've been watching these guys now for about an hour, and I've been pretty impressed. Some pretty cool paint schemes. We'll try and get through the field so everybody can see those. And look at that. We are going into qualifying, everybody. So before we get there, we're gonna go ahead and get the Star Spangled Banner in.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and we are back getting qualifying done. Right now, nobody out on track.
No, it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
We're gonna keep
And
it
now
posted
somebody-
here.
So you guys are going to get used to this. We always talk over each other. Chris likes to talk, so sometimes I just have to kind of break in there. But Chris, at Gutenberg right now in the number 54 Toyota, I've been watching him. I watched him a lot during practice, and right now he is sitting on that pole, which is very cool with a 29.365. So another good run by Matt, and doesn't look like anybody's going to try to challenge that right now. It's still saying we have about 17 minutes left of qualifying, which isn't true. I'm sure they're going to advance the session once everybody that wants to take a qualifying lap will.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's not open. They must have made it. Oh, you think they made the server wrong? Oh. Aha. Oh, no, it's actually not open. No, if it was open, we'd see the cars even here on pit road, and there's no cars out there. Everybody's in the pits or something. I don't know, checking oil, checking fuel, but not on pit road. Well, okay. I guess we're going to have to see what they're going to do. I know that Thomas has in the past advanced qualifying. See if he does it here tonight. Meanwhile, I'd like to thank everybody again for coming out. This is pretty cool, man. We're pretty happy to be here on MaxSpeedTV and getting it done here with the drive for suicide awareness. This is cool. Or prevention, excuse me. Super modified, you're going to be out there. What number are you? Don't see a Jake on my list. I do. You're driving the 03, Jake? Is that right? Well, Rick, we got Kansas Speedway. Like you said, it's a 1.5 miles. It's a tri-oval located in Kansas City. And this thing is built for some speed. Got banking on the front stretch, banking on the back stretch. Although not as much on the back stretch. We've got 5 degrees back there, 9 to 11 on the front, 17 to 20 degrees over on the corners.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really sound like a lot, Chris, but like you said, Kansas is made for speed. If you watch the actual real-life Cup guys actually driving this track, we're going to see a couple different lanes tonight, I have a feeling, because it is cool. You know, they're running it at night. It's partly cloudy. It's 67 degrees. That track temperature is sitting at 67. Winds coming out of the northeast between 9 and 10 miles per hour. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be interesting to see how these lanes change as the race goes. But I know a lot of people, even though it's the longer way around the track, you know, but I think that highlight's really going to come into tonight. And I really personally like this myself.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm kind of digging it, and I'm gonna have to check in with Rudy. Why? At some point, I'm gonna have to check in with Rudy. Apparently, I'm not seeing any qualifying, although qualifying's happening. I'm seeing times come across, and let's see if we can pull it here. Yeah, see, we are definitely showing times. I don't know exactly what's going on there. We got Matt Grudenberg in the 54 up front. Oh, here's one of those names on a kill, the number 6 car. Kevin, I'm not even going to try it tonight. You and I, we need to talk so I can figure out that last name. That's.
We also got Marcus Smith in the 50 machine, Chris, third. Right now I'm showing about... Well, it just changed over, so it looks like we're ready to go.
We're advancing.
Chris and I are a little rusty here, guys. As we get back into the whole swing of things, it'll get a lot better there, I promise you. We've done this a time or two.
Pulling my son in the 60 car. That's Jeffrey Fisher. There he is right there. The 60 car. We wait for everybody to grid up. Gonna get this race started. 125 laps. And Rick, you had some insight onto fuel runs.
I did, Chris. Right now, it all really depends on the line that these guys are going to take. Obviously, if they're running on the inside lane, it's going to be a little bit shorter, so their fuel, they'll be able to save a little bit, as opposed to the guys that are running up on the high lane. Of course, on this track, it is a big track. Drafting's going to come into play, but we're looking at about anywhere between laps 23 and 27. These guys are going to start making pit stops. Obviously, if we have some cautions come out, that's going to be thrown right out the window. There's been some talk of stage racing, so the stage might end at lap 40. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. And the man up front, Matt Gruenberg. I'm going to kill that name all night, I have a feeling.
I think it's Grutenberg.
Ruenberg. Maybe.
Kevin G in the 6. That's the one that I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with, Chris, but we will figure all this stuff out. But that is your front row tonight, the 54 and the 6 machine, both Toyotas, and these cars are starting to roll.
Cars are rolling out. Pace cars leading them off in pit road into turn 1. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. The drive for suicide prevention. I cannot wait to get this thing going. I like you said, Rick, we're a little rusty, and I'm just trying to knock the rust off. It's feeling good to be out here. I'm telling you, this is good stuff.
Oh, it definitely is, Chris. I mean, like I said, we've done this before. It's just going to take us a little while. We took some time off. We actually hit the track there with our league that we race in on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So, it's good, but these guys are ready to go. One thing we didn't do is we didn't go through the driving lineup for tonight's start of the race.
Yeah,
as it looks like you're pulling it up now.
Pulling it up. It's not filled in. Something going on with the overlay. We'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll straighten itself out as we go. Right now, the important one to watch is that pace car as it's getting ready to head down pit road, and we get this one started here at Kansas Speedway. Waiting for that green flag, and it's green. The 54 hammer down.
There was a big bunch up there a little while back there, Chris. Everybody decided to go, but a couple of the guys in the front there. But it looks like everybody's okay. They're just going to try to get nose to tail and figure out what they got to do.
Up front, the 54, Matt Grunberg, starting to pull away a little bit from Kevin in the 6 car. Already got about a 0.2 of a second lead in third place. The 50 of Marquis Smith and Vic Bloom in the 77 right behind him on the outside, challenging for third.
Right now I'm looking a little further back, Chris. I'm watching Jordan Mc... Oh boy. In the 21 there. He went up on the high side there. It looks like he's just kind of hanging out there. He was one that was got bunched up there, so he's got some rear damage and a little bit of front damage as he's going around.
The 50 car, real slow. He's falling way back. Must have a little bit of damage. Must have gotten into the wall. That's Marquis Smith in the 50 car. Up front still on challenge. The 54 car, Matt Grunberg, really showing the line around Kansas Speedway tonight.
He definitely is, Chris. He's just doing his thing. He's got a little bit of a lead there. When the number 6 catches up to him, these guys, once they get nose to tail though, and they're going to break away from that pack, and it's just going to be good. But right now he has no challenge as he's sitting up there in first place.
Caution on the field. Caution. Looks like it's the 52 car, Matt Moquin. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened to Matt Moquin in the 52. You see the 52 car on the outside. Oh, wrong place, wrong time. As the 21 car had gotten in the wall, the 52 had no place to go, and they stack up behind him. Mark and Matt Moquin goes around and around and around. The 52 car has some damage front and rear off from that one. Matt Moquin probably going to have to come down pit road, Rick, to get some damage fixed up.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to have to, Chris. And it looks like he has a fan out there on chat, too, just as he come in. That's just how it goes. That Chevy is really beat up, though.
Yeah, that Chevy's seen better days, but it's early on in the race. Only lap 4 of 120. We're going to be able to get that thing fixed up. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely wouldn't count him out yet.
It's like everybody's coming down pit road right now. Oh, no, not everybody. Just the back half of the field.
Just say, it looks like right now just the back half of the field, Chris. Matt stayed out. Kevin's out there. Vic Bloom in the 77 machine, he stayed out. Eric Lida also stayed out in the 33. Sal Casey stayed out. Looks like Logan Simmons stayed out. David Schoolmester. Tyler Frey stayed out. And looks like maybe the last car. I'm trying to find it here.
It's like the Ron car, the one car, Ron Holyfield.
Yep, that is correct.
All right, so as pit stops happen, the field's starting to straighten itself out. Want to take a look. Yeah, Matt Moquin in that 52 car, still sitting on pit road, trying to get some of that damage fixed up. We will get to some interviews in a little later. I don't want to interrupt him right now. Too early in the race. He's got a lot of things going on in his mind, I'm sure. So we have, again, the 54 car, Matt Grunberg, right up front. Pace car lights are still on, so we have at least another lap to go before we get this one back green. Lap 6 of 120. And the 52 car, Wiz Tiller is saying Matt Moquin never gives up. Now, see, here's the thing, guys. We don't know these drivers very well yet, so what I've got is I've watched a couple of the past streams that Rudy had done, I watched some practice tonight. I may have listened into some conversations before the race started, and so I'm trying to get to know him. So if you say he never gives up, I'm going to keep an eye out there for Matt Moken in the 52. And it looks like he is back out on track. Some of that damage has been picked up as he rejoins the tail end of the field. Pace car's guiding these guys around this 1.5 mile track. Everybody's getting ready to go back to green flag racing. And it looks like it's going to happen this time around. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. RFK, how's it going, bud? Good to see you on here tonight. Appreciate you coming out. So far, we're on lap 7 of 120. One caution flag so far involving Matt Moken. Really wrong place at the wrong time, Rick. He was up in that high line. Somebody ahead of him had gotten into the wall a little bit and slowed their pace, and he had no place to go.
And that's a common thing that happens on, especially in Kansas, is, a lot of people do like that high line, but the problem is, just like you said, if somebody taps that wall, they're going to slow down a little bit, as it looks like even during pacing, they're having a little bit of an issue there. The 33 car just turned around there, Chris, sitting there up on the high wall. And somebody has a fan out there. I know that for a fact. He's watching his son. It's the number 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. Has a little bit of front damage on that Toyota Camry right now.
RFK, we're doing great. We're watching a good race. We're going to have some fun tonight. Try and shake off some of the rust, as it looks like we had an admin caution for an extra lap just to try and straighten out the field. The pace car lights are off again. We will get this one going green again.
So judging by what I hear on the race chatter, Chris, as I'm listening into the team radios, is it looks like that we're going to be having a stage for sure. It's going to be on lap 40 and 80 is when that caution is going to come out.
Perfect. We'll be looking for that. Stage winners, stage points. This is going to get good. I'm kind of really excited for this. Pace car starts heading into turn 3. Lights are still off. It's going to pull down pit road. We're going to get this one going again. Matt Gruenberg up front. Going to see when he jumps onto the go button. Will he try and hold everybody back? Will he jump up quick? And pace car lights are on again.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a little bit of a technical difficulty there, Chris, with the iRacing service. Definitely not letting the cars get to where they need to go. But they're going to try to fix that, and it looks like the lights are off once again. One person that doesn't want to see all this happen is that number 54 right now, Chris, of Matt. And they are definitely going to go green this time. It has just come by the officials. So once we get around turn 4, that pace car is going to take that hard left turn, and we're going to go green again.
All right, here we go. Race control says it's green, so pace car will drop into pit road this time. We'll go back green flag racing. Matt Gruenberg, Kevin. I really want to try it, but I'm gonna kill it. So I'm not gonna. Kevin in the 6 car on the outside. Vic Bloom, Taylor Frey, Sal Casey. Here's your top 5. We're going to get this one going again. Oh, we talk too much to do that, bud. Green flags out. The 54 car takes it off. He's on the low line. He's going to try and hold off all fenders. The 6-car Kevin right behind him. 77 Vic Bloom moving up a spot to third. And the 38 car Taylor Frey is in fourth.
That he is, Chris, looking a little ways back. I'm watching Steven Hollinger, and sorry guys if we kill your names, we will get used to it, but he got a really good run there. He's up on the top line right now. The 25 is making a great move, passing a couple of cars as he's trying to go up from his current spot of 12th right now. That would be of James Miller.
Deep into the turns. The high line and the low line both have their advantages and disadvantages. That high line certainly. Ooh, the 25 starts getting a little loose. He's able to gather it up, keep the thing straight. He should be able to rejoin. He does without incident, but that was a close one. Marquis Smith had trouble earlier. He's back up to 9th place in the 50 car.
Right behind him, we have J.R. Hanger in the number 5 car, Chris. Just sitting there on the low lane, seeing what he can do with that. We got Jake Klimovich in the 03, sitting there on his outside on that high lane, just doing what he's got to do up against that wall, which is kind of the danger zone. But if you can do it and you have those nerves that you can actually do that as he moves down a little bit and he makes that pass nice and clean to move up into, I believe that is 10th place now once across the line.
Yeah, the 03 has 10th place solidly. And yeah, we have a couple of cars that are laps down, and the only one is Trenton Voigt. He did take the green flag and missed what happened to him. He is off track right now. Gonna keep an eye on Marquis Smith for a moment. The 50 car really trying to get back up front. Up to 8th place right now, and he's running that outside really nice. That's a nice line. Ooh, he touches the wall. Just as I'm saying it, it's the commentator curse. That gives the 1 car, Ron Holyfield, a chance to get down inside of this quarter panel. Not able to maintain, though, on that inside line. He's got to hit the brakes. That gives Marquis Smith a little bit of advantage up top, able to keep that momentum right.
You're French, so you say Marquise, but I'm going to say that it's Marcus Smith. That's just me. But he did a really good job there, Chris. He slowed down. He had, he did what he had to do, but he was able to hold off Ron Holyfield in the number 1 car, who still hasn't given up. He is just kind of riding next to the bumper, looking on the inside, trying to make that pass as soon as he possibly can. But right now he's got that clean air, so we'll see what happens. But right now it looks like Marcus in the 50 has a really, really good run on him.
Yeah, moving up, Daniel Schoolmister in the number 8 car, riding that outside line, running in 6th place, trying to see if he can maybe get by the 38. 38 holding a pretty line on the inside, though. And there it is, the 8 car able to get by. It's that momentum we were talking about that you get on the outside line, and we are under caution. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it was the 03 car. We're going to see if we can figure out what happened to the 03 car. Jake Klimovich.
Yeah, right now, poor Jakey's sitting down in pit row as his crew goes to work on that car, Chris. We'll see how many laps it takes for him to get back out. It looks like it's pretty much already repaired, and no, actually, it looks like he is done for the night, along with Mark McCurdy.
Ooh, well, yeah, we just watched it, and let's just say that was pretty vicious. I don't know how many times that car went around, Rick, but wow. Wow.
Yeah, he definitely took a hard hit there right after, or right before, I guess you would say, of the American Ethanol sign there on the wall. That is unfortunate.
So still up front, the 54 car, Matt Grunberg, has led every single lap so far. And we've got a bunch of cars here that have not taken a pit stop yet. Positions 1 through 6 have not taken a stop yet. Ron Holyfield, sitting back in 9th, has not taken a pit stop yet. So we're going to see, maybe they come down. And it looks like they are, yeah. Matt Grunberg heading down pit road in the 54 car. And that's going to bring a whole train of cars down pit road.
Well, it's one of those gambles, Chris. I mean, they haven't really had that many green flag run, long green flag run yet. We are at lap 18 and 120 right now, so we were kind of close anyway to that fuel window that we talked about at the beginning of the race, around somewhere between 23 and 27 laps. Yeah, these guys were, just pacing for a couple of those laps, but still, you're better safe than sorry, I think, especially this early in the race. Come in, get 4 fresh tires, fill up with some Sunoco racing fuel, and then get back out there.
As we just survey some of the cars while they take their pit stops, you can see some damage, and it's a lot of right front fenders. The outside line definitely taking a toll.
Jake has joined us back out in chat. He blew up, Chris, so that is the final thing. His night is finished, and that's terrible. We're glad that this is online sim racing, brother, because that would have been a really hard hit. And there's always next week, right, bud?
That's what they say. That's what they say. Now we've got driver whose engine blew.
Oh, okay. So it looks like actually Jake's going to be hopping back in the car there. He was just, I think he went to go get one of them famous chicken sandwiches that they have here in Kentucky. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Never been. But it sounds good right now. So it looks like he's going to be hopping back in the car there after a little bit of a pit stop, and he's going to get right back out there. As of right now, Jake, just so you know, you're showing 2 laps down on my screen, so you got time. And it looks like you're the second car that is 2 laps down. Hunter Johnson in the 02 is the first car that is 2 laps down, Chris. Right now it looks like we have 18 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, we've got some stuff going on. I'm actually kind of keeping an eye out. I see that Mr. Moquin's last name not showing up on the ticker, and I'm gonna just kind of keep an eye out and see what's going on. But up front still, the 54, Matt Grunberg. So far, 19 laps led. The only lap he didn't lead. Oh, nope, he's led them all.
Yeah, so since we're kind of new to the Drive for Suicide Prevention, which is a cause, I'm really glad you guys are out there. A little backstory on Chris and I, and we don't want to plug our stuff too much, but we are co-owners of Racing for a Cause, basically doing the same thing that these guys are doing, just on a little bit different scale of, we have multiple different causes. So, but these guys are awesome. And one thing right now that I like to see, Sal Casey in the 40 has moved up into second place, and it looks like Matt Grutenberg is going to be taking the outside lane, Chris.
Yeah, lane choice is big here, and we've seen the outside lane definitely has been working. Got to keep that momentum up. There's no better way to start than being on the outside. Fresh tires, fresh tank of fuel. We're going to get this thing going again pretty soon. You see the pace car lights are off.
And what a start Matt gets in that 54 machine, Chris.
Yes, he did.
Right now the battle is for second place, though.
You've got the 6 car on the outside, Sal Casey on the inside in the number 40. The 77 looking to see if he can find a way into this battle.
I was going to say, I don't know what he did, but he definitely, Vic just turned on the afterburners, man. He is getting an awesome run right now as he's looking on the inside of Sal Casey in that 40 machine right now. They're kind of evened up. He's going to back off just a little bit and probably, pull up right up in front of him.
So it's Gruenberg, the 6 car, Kevin, we really need to figure out that last name. And Sal Casey in the 40 car, your top 3.
And for Twiz out there, I know he's a Matt Moquin fan, number 52, he is on a tear also. So he did get a really good restart. He's sitting in 13th right now, moving into 12th, I believe, as he moves up into that high line up against the wall. That's really a beautiful paint that he has there. I really like the colors.
Oh, the 38 into the wall. It's causing a small chain reaction. The 25. See if we can find it. We got caution again. The 25 goes around. Going to see if we can kind of catch what happened there. It was kind of, like I said, a chain reaction of events. That outside lane is fast, but you got to be careful of that wall.
As of right now at the caution, Chris, Matt Moquin, I know he's got some fans out there in the number 52 machine. He is sitting in 12th place right now, so he did move up a couple of spots.
So you see the 38 had a little wiggle, and the one that really suffered the most was the 25 car. That's James Miller. James Miller still under his own powers. He's going to be trying to get down pit road, I would assume, for some repairs. And as much as I hate to be that guy, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
All right, we are back. I appreciate it. I know we don't do one every time. Sometimes I got to get a drink of water. You know, I just got to take a quick little break. That's the best way I know how to do it.
And we definitely appreciate the fact, too, and we really appreciate everybody that's out here watching tonight here on MaxSpeedTV. Keeping the chat active, keeping us talking. And that's what Chris and I like to do. You'll see that we're a little different than everybody else. We kind of, you know, the stars are the people that we are broadcasting. So,
Drive for Suicide Prevention here at Michigan, brought to you by Sim Graphics. We want to thank them for being on board with both the league and MaxSpeedTV here tonight. This has been a good one so far, and we were getting ready to go back green here pretty soon.
in case anybody's wondering, geography was never Chris's strong suit. We are not in Michigan, but we are in fact in Kansas.
In Kansas, yes, right, yeah. I do live somewhere in the United States, I promise.
Unless you ask somebody from California, then when they think that we are part of Canada.
You see the big mover right now, the number 85 car. That's Steven Hollinger, and he is up 15 positions so far. Unbelievable effort by him and that car. Just wicked, sitting there in 5th place. We'll definitely keep an eye on him. A couple of other notables, the number 60 car, that's Jeffrey Fisher. He's up 12 positions. And the 43 car, that's Thomas Wagner. He's up 12 positions to 14th.
Well, thank you, Twiz. We're excited to be here. Like I said, we got a little bit of rust on us, but as the season goes on, things will just get better, and we look forward to continuing on and having a good time. That's what we appreciate. Nathan, hello. Thanks for watching us tonight. Ooh, and I don't know if it's just my screen or not, but it looks like, oh, there, he's back again. Thomas Wagner is blinking a little bit on my screen there, Chris.
Yeah, I'm catching a little bit of that too. Hopefully it straightens out when they go back. Green flags, you know, we've seen that before, where under caution you'll get some blinking going on, and once the race presumes, no problem. So we're going to hope for that.
One thing I do like about the caution, though, Chris, is I'm just going through the field there, and I'm looking at all these awesome paint schemes. There are a lot of beautiful ones out there tonight.
Yeah, there really are, you know. It's one of those things that, well, you and I, we always kind of watch for paints. We like to see some of the old cars show up, some of the new cars show up. I like seeing that Kodak car. That's pretty cool. That's one of my favorites from when I was a boy. And how long are we going to be hosting the races? Guys, we're going to be doing this one for the rest of the season. And I can't wait. We're going to bring you the rest of them. It's fun. Green flag's out. The 54, Matt Grunberg, takes the high line, and he is off to the races. The 21 car, wow, what a move. To the outside, jumps around the 50. He's moved himself up to 4th place right now. The 77 with a good run to the inside, trying to chase down the 6 car, I believe. Yes, the 6 car, Vic Bloom. And we're making it 3 wide. 3 wide, going into the corner. They all kind of figure it out. 77's having a little issue. Vic Bloom trying to hold on. Right behind him is the 85 car. That's some serious action right there. 77 car backing up. He has lost momentum, and everybody's trying to take advantage. The 1 car to the inside. Ron Holyfield trying to take advantage of the 77, but it looks like he might have gathered that one back up. Ricky looks back to full speed.
That he does, Chris, but right now he's got a lot of guys that are behind him that are just looking for him to make one little mistake so that way they can go past number 1, Ron Holyfield, as you said. We got Matt Moquin in the 52. He's starting to move up here. He's in 9th place right now, looking to get past the number 5, who just slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly, and the caution's out, but I'm not sure if the 5 car tapped the wall a little bit. That just caused the 52 to get a little run.
The 24 car went around, so we're going to take a peek and we're going to figure out what happened. The 24 car, that's David Gervais. A couple of these guys, I do know how to pronounce their name. Ooh, it all happened up in front, and then, somebody got into the back of him, spun him around. Then the 38 joins the party. Around and around he goes. David Gervais, wrong spot at the wrong time. As we are under caution one more time. Lap 32 of 120. The first stage almost done. What's the play here, Rick? What do you think?
Well, I'm not really sure. I know there's a couple guys out there that have pretty heavy damage on their cars, Chris, and I'm sure that's probably on Matt Grutenberg's mind right now. What's going to happen? He's sitting in 1st place. He gets really good restarts. I don't really suspect too many people to come down pit road, to be honest with you. I think there will be a handful that come down, as it looks like a bunch of them are starting to peel off and come down. Some of those cars do have damage. Some of them might be thinking, hey, listen, we only have a couple laps left. We're going to go green right before the stage ends. And, maybe they can pick up some bonus points from there.
I think that might be it. Winning stage 1's great, but there's 2 others to go. And ultimately, the checkered flag is what everybody's looking for. Be the first one under it for the ultimate in points payout.
Not sure what happened with the 85 car of Steve Hollinger, Chris. He was in his pits. It looks like he had to back up. He might have pulled forward just a little bit too far. He's still got some damage on that Camaro, but he's heading back out on the track now.
Right now, point standings, James Miller up front. Let's see. I guess it doesn't matter right now. We're going to go back to that later.
Right now, you are correct, Chris. James D. Miller does have a nice points lead right now. He's sitting at a total of 659 points, followed by Hunter Johnson in 2nd place with 604 points. Eric Lyda is 3rd. Matt Moquin is sitting fourth, and to round out top 5 is Matt Grutenberg. So that's why he's, he's pouring it on tonight. He wants to gain a couple of spots there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And let's see, Twiz, you keep me posted on that because I do care.
That's right. I was just going to say the same thing, Twiz. Let us know.
Up front, the 54 car, Matt Gruenberg, still is, he's led 32 of the 33 laps. We're on lap 34 right now. Under caution, he'll lead this one too. We're getting awful close to the first stage, and it's going to be lap 40. I think he has been driving absolutely great lines here. I don't know if anybody is going to take the first stage, at least from him.
Yeah, he's definitely pouring it on, Chris, putting a clinic out there for sure. I mean, his restarts have been on point. He's hitting his lines. You know, he knows hitting his marks, riding the line that makes him comfortable. And he doesn't really have much of a challenge. I mean, there's a little bit on the restarts. I mean, I think right now, a couple of his biggest, challengers right now has been the 6 of Kevin. Boy.
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to kill it. But we also got Marcus Smith up there right now, sitting in third in the 50 car. Daniel Schoolmister is there. We got Ron Holyfield in that 1 sitting in 5th right now, Chris. So that's the top 5. And Kevin, we definitely have to get with you, buddy. Or we're going to come up with a nickname for you.
I like nicknames.
Nicknames are always good.
We got a couple of things coming up here later on tonight. We're going to be talking to the stage winners after the caution comes out for the stage. We're going to be, of course, doing post-race interviews, so stay tuned for that. Here on MaxSpeedTV, again, Chris and Rick up in the booth. We're having a good time with you. Hope you are too. So far, I love the fact that there's so much going on in chat. It's been great. Great fun to be with you guys tonight. Please feel free to keep it up. That's what we're here for. We're lining up again 2 by 2. Pace car lights are off, so we're going to get back to green flag racing. I think this one's going to get pretty exciting here just for the just for the stage, Rick.
Oh, it definitely is, Chris. I mean, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a really quick. They're going green right now, as a matter of fact. So we got 5 laps to the stage win. And it looks like David in the 24 there had a little bit of an issue. I just saw a puff of smoke coming out of somebody's car. That is not what they wanted to happen. But right now we are still under green. And Matt Grutenberg in that number 54 machine reclaims the lead. Chris just stays there.
Eric Lyda sitting in the car number 33 on pit road. Eric currently 3rd in points. Definitely not where he wants to be. Back up front, we have Gruenberg in the 54 car trying to do what he can do to win the first stage.
Not exactly sure to what happened to Mr. Moquin there, but right now he is battling with the 43 of Thomas Wagner, trying to get around him on the inside there. And he's going to make that pass, it looks like, and that's going to be for 12th position.
A good battle as we start heading towards the front. Right now, Gruenberg has a pretty substantial lead over 2nd place. Kevin, I'm going to try it. No, I'm not. You thought I was, but I'm not gonna do it.
Right now, I know he has a fan out there in chat, Chris. I'm watching Jeffrey Fisher in that 60 machine. He's got a little bit of, we just had a car go around at the start-finish line there, Chris. Looks like he's in the infield, so that might not bring out a caution. He'll be able to get back, but that was really good eye coordination watching for that crash avoidance there with Jeffrey Fisher. He was able to get around him, Chris. Right now he's sitting in 7th place. He's got the 40 of Sal Casey moving on to his outside, making the pass there. So he's going to fall back to 8th place.
Caution, caution, caution. And that is for the stage.
So Matt Grutenberg wins stage 1 tonight here at Kansas.
Matt Gruenberg in the 54 car led 39 of the first 40 laps. Also wins the stage. Caution thrown, competition yellow to finish off this stage. And that was a whale of a performance in that first stage.
It definitely was, Chris.
So we're going to let him go down pit road, service his car. When he comes back out, we're going to go ahead and try, and I want to make sure he's in here. I guess I should do that. He is. So we're going to go ahead and try and get a little chat with Matt. That was really cool, man.
That was an awesome first 40 laps. As expected, Chris has him down here in Grutenberg's pit stall. Looks like he's getting 4 tires and filling up with fuel.
And it looks like the service is done for the 54 car. He'll lead the pack off from pit road. And we're going to see about trying to get him in here. Matt, this is Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep, 10-4.
Well, bud, that was a heck of a good first stint for you. How's the car feeling out there? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's a little tight, but I mean, you always get that with fixed setups. But other than that, you know, feels pretty good, pretty stable. The top line's working great for us. We managed to get, you know, a gap on second there. So hopefully we can, you know, keep rolling on that momentum that we gained in the first stint and keep it going for the rest of the race.
Yeah, right on. Now, the car itself, I've seen a lot of cars kind of gathering themselves up into the wall on the outside. Is that a result of a tight, or is it just perhaps driver error?
It could be a little of both. I mean, the car is pretty tight, but if you hook the seam just right, it doesn't seem to wash up the track too much. So it could be that a combination of they're just not hitting the seam right in the corner, running up high, entering, or it could just be it's a little too tight for them as well.
All right, Matt. Well, congratulations again on stage 1. That was a heck of a run. Good luck on the rest of it.
Yep, thank you.
Matt Gruenberg, your stage 1 winner.
What's going to be interesting, Chris, as this race keeps going on and we keep running under green here, what's going to be neat is iRacing has implemented basically live track. So as more people run that high line, it's going to get hotter and it's going to get tighter. It's going to be interesting to see as this race goes on, as we're on lap 42 of 120, is if that high line kind of goes away and guys have to start moving down a little bit to the cooler side of the track.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And if it's got a little bit of a push right now, it could just get worse on that outside line. And there's enough right front fenders out there that are kind of beat up. I don't know that anybody really wants that to happen. Interesting to note here, we got Vic Bloom in the 77, Sal Casey. You're 1 and 2 now. Matt Gruenberg is back to 3rd. Different pit strategies at play here.
That's something that we kind of expected anyway as we've been going on. We've had a couple of cautions. Guys had a chance to get fresh tires, load up with fuel. So it's going to be real interesting to see. Now, I can tell you right now, the 77 and the 40 have 2 cars that are right behind them and they've been up front all night. And that 54 machine just won stage 1. So let's see what happens. Right now, he's on the inside. When we just talked to him, interviewed him, he likes that high line. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Grandstand says, you see what that 60's doing? Yes, sir, we do. He is running currently in 8th position, doing a super job getting it back and working his way to the top 10. And I think we are getting ready to go back green flag racing as we start stint number 2 The 77, Vic Bloom, in control. He drops the hammer and he's gone.
He got a really good restart there, Chris. The 40 didn't know what was going on. He kind of held back, which allowed Matt in that number 54 machine to easily take second place. But the 6 car is right behind him trying to, well, he just did it. He went right through the hole.
Yeah, Sal Casey falls back to 4th place. 54 car, Matt Grunberg, running in second, trying to run down Vic Bloom in the 77. Not a position he's been used to tonight, having somebody in front of him.
Going back a little ways, Chris, I'm watching Jeffrey Fisher in the 60 machine sitting in 7th right now, but he definitely has some pressure being put on him by Matt Moquin, as Matt's trying to find a way around him right now, and he's got a couple other cars that might just follow his lead. The 25 is back. James Miller, he's trying to find out what he wants to do as he's sitting in the low line, moves up into the middle.
Right now, an incredible battle for first place. The 77 and the 54 going back and forth. 77, Vic Bloom on the outside. The 54 car, Matt Grunberg, trying to hang tough on the inside. The 77 has the momentum, able to pull away on the front and back stretches. And Matt Grunberg definitely has the advantage on the inside into the corners. Right about halfway through, those 77 starts using that momentum. And that 77 is pulling away just a little bit at a time. Joining Matt Grunberg, Kevin in the 6 car. Right up to the rear bumper, falls back a little bit on the corner, gives a little bit of room for racing. It's a great battle up front.
It definitely is, Chris. And we can see that, you know, Matt's not, I don't want to say he's having trouble, but he doesn't like that low line. I mean, he just said that he really likes that high line, which he just moved up behind the 77 there. He just pulled up, and he's getting a good run on him now as he's going to try to take over first place again. Right now, they're pretty much even, and it looks like he might be able to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. He dives down into the corner. The 77 sticking to the outside. And slide jump. 77 back to the inside. Looking to come back on him on the inside right now. Kevin in the 6 car sticking his nose in too. The 54 kind of boxed in. No place to go. He's behind the 77. The 6 car is on the bottom. 54 car boxed in.
And there I go, making a mistake. I'm talking, and I noticed that my microphone was muted.
Well, don't do that. Meanwhile, up front, the 54 doing everything he can to try and stay in front of Vic Bloom. Finally be able to get up in front. Vic is not able to get on the lower side. The 54 car of Matt Grunberg has the advantage going into turns, I believe it's 1 and 2.
You are correct, Chris. And right now might be a good time if you have it set up, and only if you have it set up, but to do a crank it up.
Huh. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen,
Stage 1's done.
We're doing it. We
Yeah.
are gonna crank it up. Caution. Caution's out on the track. I believe that was the 5 car of Hager. We try and gather it back up here. Right now, trying to figure out. I believe that it was J.R. Hager in the 5 car. See if we can find him anywhere. Eric Lyda back on track. Yeah, it must have been the 5 car, J.R. Hager, that was involved.
And of course, I go ahead and I ruin or crank it up by trying to pronounce Kevin Didroshik, I believe is how you pronounce it, Chris.
That happens. That happens.
Thank you, Google.
Coming down pit road, looks like all of the lead lap cars are going to come on down. And Liam Sheen stays out. Liam's got some damage on the back side of that Toyota. And on the and on the left side. And a little bit on the front.
Yeah, that car's definitely scuffed up a little bit there, Chris. But, you know, right now he's in first. He feels comfortable with his car. As long as he has some help, I don't think he's going to have a problem keeping that. Let's see what we have. Jacob Company's Toyota out there.
And you know what? You're absolutely right, Ager. It was the 6 car of... Go ahead, Rick.
Kevin did Roshik. I'm almost positive.
Okay. We're going to go with it. And, yeah, I believe you're right, bud, because all of a sudden he is being scored.
I'm showing him in 17th place right now.
17th place, yeah. So we'll do a little rundown here. Liam Sheen leading the field, 77 car. Vic Bloom, Matt Grunberg, 3rd. Sal Casey in the 40 car, he's running 4th. Ron Holyfield in the 1 car, he's running 5th. James Miller running 6th. David Schoolmester. I know I'm killing that one. Daniel Schoolmester. Yeah, I'm running all over different names. He's currently running in 7th in the 8 car. Hunter O. Johnson in the 02, he's running 8th. Thomas Wagner running 9th. And Jeffrey Fisher rounds out the top 10. Steve Hollinger in the 85 car in 11th. Marquis Smith in the 50 car. He's running 12th. Taylor Frey, 13th. Matt Moquin running in 14th position right now. Jordan McAvee. Going with that. Running in 15th. Logan Simmons running 16th. And Kevin has fallen back to 17th position, like we said. We got Robert D. Montova running in 18th. David Gervais running in 19th. And Eric Lida running in 20th. Those are the 20 cars that are running at the moment as we get ready to go back green flag. Lap 55 of 120. So we are, quick math, 25 laps away from stage 2.
One person we haven't talked too much about is that number 43, Thomas Wagner, Chris. He's sitting there, his car's nice and clean. Right now he's sitting in 9th, so he is in the top 10. And I'm guessing if they're doing the stages, they're doing the points kind of like what the NASCAR guys do, the Cup cars. So, you know, he's probably pretty happy being there. I know he wants to move up front there, but that car is nice and clean, and he's going to be on the inside, so we'll see what happens there.
So the 23 car, Liam Sheen on the inside, scored as your leader right now. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. McAvoy. Oh, how did I not know that? 23 car drops a hammer.
He got a really good run there, Chris, and that's probably something that he really tried to plan on right now. But the person that he's really got to worry about is that number 54 right now, Matt Gutenberg. He is coming up right on the side of him. Doesn't look like the 23 has the speed that he really needs with that damage, Chris, which is allowing Vic Bloom and Matt Gutenberg now to pass him. The 77's bringing along with him, Chris. The number 25 with James D. Miller, and the 23 just spun out. As of right now, under the caution, Chris, I'm looking at Matt Grutenberg in the number 54 machine. He is being scored in first place right now. James D. Miller in the 25 is being scored second, and Vic Bloom in the 77 is being scored third. Hunter O. Johnson moved up, and he's sitting into the fourth spot right now with Ron Holyfield in that number 1 car sitting in the top 5. I'm not sure what happened to Chris there, but he is silent on the radio right now.
That's what happens when you have to cough and you have a fit of coughs, Rick.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm back. So we got the 54 car up front again. Matt Gruenberg, James Miller, Vic Bloom, the one that took the big hit on that one, unfortunately. The 40 car, Sal Casey. And it looks like he's actually pulled his car over to the hauler. I believe he may be done.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate.
Lap 58 of 120 now, under caution.
Now, one thing that's going through all these drivers' heads, Chris, right now is that, like you said, we're on lap 58 of 120. The next stage caution is going to come out at lap 80. So they really have about 22 laps to go. Some of that's going to be under caution. What are they going to do? Can they make it all the way? I know a lot of guys went in for fuel and everything, so it might be a nice little stretch.
Yeah, I think you think might be onto something. Unless there's a caution, I don't think we're going to see these guys come down pit road again. Although I would love to see some green flag pit stops here.
'43 car feels absolutely stunning. That's what we like to hear. That number 43 car of Thomas Wagner, that is a pretty cool paint. I like the way that the blue, it kind of looks old school. Those are the kind of paints that I like. And you are correct, he is running for the 4 Diamonds, Conquering Childhood Cancer. Allegiance on there also, and then on the back there he's got Penn State Health Children's Hospital, so that is awesome to see. And he's moved up quite a bit, Chris. It looks like Thomas qualified 24th position. He is sitting in 8th right now, so he has moved up a couple from that last caution. I know he was sitting around the 10th place, so he's working his way up towards the front slowly, keeping that car nice and clean.
Yeah, he's doing a wonderful job, and everybody here is tonight. I've been watching kind of sometimes quietly, just trying to get to know everybody and watch how they're doing. Rudy, how you doing, bud?
How you doing, Rudy?
Coming out here, peeking in just to make sure that everything's going all right. That's okay. That's what you're here for. But
the rust and the jitters are starting to fall off, Rudy. It's starting to feel good and normal again.
All right.
These guys are putting on a heck of a show. They make it easy for us.
Pace car lights are off. Gruenberg up front in the 54 car will control the field as he gets ready to go back green flag. We're waiting for the hard left-hand turn from the pace car to head down pit road, and we'll get this one going back green flag racing again. Man, Rick, I'm telling you, 20 more laps. If we can manage to go green here, that last stretch is going to be really fun to watch. These guys are really putting it on here tonight.
Oh, they definitely are, Chris. And that's something that I'm trying to keep tabs on right now, because if we do go green for that 20 laps, you know, these guys did do some racing. They haven't gone in, so that puts us right in that fuel window that they were talking about earlier in the beginning of the broadcast. 23, 20, maybe 24, if you're lucky, to 27, so it might be close.
Pace car is down. Gruenberg up front, in control of the field, slowly, and then all of a sudden, bam, he is on it, and he takes off like a bullet from a gun. He is out.
That was an outstanding restart by Matt Grutenberg in that number 54 machine, Chris. 25, James Miller. He's sitting there going, wow, where'd it go? But I can catch up. So he's doing good in that number 25 right now.
Yeah, Miller sitting in second place. Behind him, the 77 car, Vic Bloom. And he's got a gaggle behind him, the 50 car, trying to make some moves. Marquis Smith on the inside. And he is looking for position.
He definitely is, Chris. He passed that number 1, Ron Holyfield, without a problem. But it looks like that Ron's got some other guys that are putting a little bit of pressure on him there, as the number 60, I'm sorry, is looking on his inside right now.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher had a really good run, but on the inside, not able to keep the momentum, and he starts falling back a little bit, back to 8th place now. Check in on the leader. He's out there. He's got a pretty good gap going on right now. 3/4 of a second.
Jeffrey Fisher's not giving up on that 60. He just got passed by Matt Moquin in the 52. But Matt got a little bit too tight, and I think he had to let off the throttle a little bit there, Chris, and it allowed Jeffrey to get back by him. And right now it looks like the 70 of Logan Simons is trying to make a pass on the inside also.
Yeah, Logan in the 70 car on the inside. Ooh, they touch. The 70 car goes towards the grass. Able to gather it up. Great driving right there. I thought for sure we were going to see a caution come out. He was able to gather it back up. He gets himself to the outside, and he continues on.
Logan definitely did a good job there, Chris. Right now I'm back here, sitting back here with the number 6 car, Kevin. He is in that little bit of a gaggle there with the 70 slowing down. He's going on the inside, trying to look to see if he can make a pass, but right now I'm not quite sure it's going to happen. Possibly. That high line's starting to look like it's slowing down just a little bit as the 02 cuts down to make a pass on the 70 also.
Yeah, Logan just hasn't been the same since he had a little bobble there, and he is falling back to 12th position right now as Hunter Johnson gets around him in the 02. The 6 car, Kevin, go for it, Rick.
Why is it always me?
I don't know. I give up now. But up in 8th place, Jeff Fisher under attack right now from the 6 car. Jeff Fisher on the outside. We've got 3 wide behind him, and they straighten that back out to 2.
They definitely do, Chris. I'm sitting back here and I'm watching the 60 car, the 6, the 52, the 02. They're all just all over the track trying to find that line that they really want to be in. And ooh, it looks like the 6 and the 02 almost touched, but the 6 of Kevin, I'm going to try it. Good road trick. There we go. See?
You're getting it. Either you're getting it or you're getting it wrong. One or the other. Thomas Wagner with a big blink, disappearing for almost a second there. Boy, that's tough to race around. Very, very tough to race around. You don't know where they're going to be, and you're hoping not to touch bumpers. Up front, Matt Gruenberg all on his own. He's got a really decent gap now back to 2nd place. As you see, the times are definitely in Gruenberg's favor as he is just racing around this track on his own. James Miller in that 25 car running 2nd. Vic Bloom in the 77 3rd. Marquis Smith in the 50, he's running 4th. And Daniel Schoolmister in the 8 car, he's currently running 5th, but he's got Ron Holyfield on the inside looking for position. Ron Holyfield in the 1 takes position away from the 8 car, and the 85, Stephen Holliger, looking to do the same.
Yeah, he just kind of followed the 1 right around that number 8 car, Chris. See what happens. Right now they're kind of even. He's falling back just a little bit. He might just have to let off a little bit and see what he can do. Maybe gain a little bit of that draft back. But right now the 8 car is actually working once again on Ron Holyfield. We'll see what happens on the inside.
Right now, Schoolmister is just in a battle. He's trying to take the position away from Holyfield, but trying to defend against Steve Hollinger in the 85 car. And Hollinger drops down to the inside. The 8 car kind of pinned behind the 1 right now. No place to go. The 1 car kind of blocking him, and that brings the 02 car, Hunter Johnson, into the fray. We're 3 wide. Hunter Johnson brings it 3 wide, ends up taking 2 positions out of it. Holy cow. I cannot believe that worked. Wow. Checking up front, Matt Gernberg Up front, lap 71 of 120. Stage 2 right around the corner. Vic Bloom in the 77 in third. He's starting to catch Miller a little bit in the 25 car. They're running almost identical lines so far from what I can see. It'll be interesting to see if that gap gets any smaller.
I think they're trying to play it safe right now, Chris. They're trying to do whatever they can, work with each other to try to put a hurting on the huge lead that Matt Grutenberg has in that 54 machine. This is exactly what Matt wants to see, though. They're back there. They're doing their thing. He's got a good, comfortable lead. He can save a little, conserve on the fuel a little bit, and we're under caution.
Caution on the track. And I hate to say it, because I know there's a fan out there in chat, but that's the number 60 car, Jeffrey Fisher. Let's take a look and see what we can see about what happened here. He was doing really good. He was racing well. I think he was in about 10th position. And the 70 car tries to do a little slide job, not giving enough room for the 60 car, and around the grass he goes. Jeff Fisher. That was a tough one right there. Let's see if he can gather it back up and try and make some positions. So we're under caution again. And it's all about pit strategy. So we're on lap 73. We're going to go back green flag racing with just a few to go before the end of the stage. And the question has to become, are we going to pit or no?
Being this close to knowing that the stage is going to end on lap 80, Chris, it's going to be a tough call. I mean, Matt has had a chance to really kind of take it easy a little bit. You know that he's been conserving some of the fuel. So I don't think he's going to pit this time, but maybe.
He's definitely looking at, he's coming down. That's going to bring everybody down. Matt Gruenberg leads the train down pit road. The 25 car, James Miller and Vic Bloom in the 77 follow. So we get ready for some more pit stops. And there's a couple of cars that are staying out. Notably Taylor Frey in the 38. Thomas Wagner in the 43. Maybe looking for some points here tonight. They can win the stage. The 02 done with service. He's on his way out back on track. The 25 car heading back out on track. Maybe a 2-tire pit stop strategy, you think?
That's what I'm kind of thinking, Chris. I mean, that's one thing that I've been kind of wondering about as I've been watching some of these cars come down pit road. They know that the stage caution's coming. So if they can do what they have to do, maybe to gain a spot or two, get some points, if they're in that top 10. So it's going to get interesting to see what happens. Liz, you're absolutely right. He did put up one good fight.
Up front right now, you have the 38 car, Taylor Frey. Thomas Wagner is going to be starting on, well, it looks right now to be the outside. Hunter Johnson in the 02. I think he finished up service a little quick. Possibly a 2-stop finish. Oh, the 38 car decides he's going to peel off. That's going to give Wagner the lead. And I think Thomas is going to get... Yeah, he does. He gets credit for leading a lap. That's bonus points. It's been a heck of a show, guys. It's been really fun. I hope everybody watching's having fun with us. And again, at the next stage, we will pull the stage winner, do a little interview. I'm getting parched again, Rick, so I'm thinking maybe a commercial break.
Sounds good.
Not used to doing all this talking anymore, but well, here we are.
Oh yeah, we'll get it, man. We'll get it.
Thomas Wagner up front. It's gonna be interesting because he's got some, what are they, 20-lap tires, right?
Yeah, he stayed out a couple times, Chris, and it looks like I was going to say maybe. I think he's right where he wants to be. I mean, we just talked about him there a few laps ago, Chris. He was sitting back in the top 10, just kind of chilling out, doing his thing, and he made his move up to the front. Right now, it looks like the 02 of Hunter O. Johnson's going to be starting on his outside. Then we got James D. Miller in the 25 machine third. Matt Grutenberg in the 54 fell back down the fourth. Ron Holyfield in the number 1, rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, this has been great, but it's going to be. So we've got a couple of different strategies here. We've got no tires, we've got 2 tires, we've got 4 tires. You got to go back to 4th place to find 4 tires, and from there on, it's 4 tires back. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mr. Wagner's pit strategy pays off here. We're going to find out with, I think, 3 laps to go when we go back green.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chris. That's exactly what's going to happen. And one thing we got to remember, too, when we just spoke to Matt Grutenberg, Stage 1 winner, you know, he said that these cars are tight right now. So, obviously, these guys that have the older tires, maybe it loosened up their car. Some people don't like that tight. You know, they want the car loose. So, that very well could fall into the strategy. So, it's going to get interesting to see right now what actually happens. It looks like the lights on the pace car are off. So, we're about ready to go green again.
Hard left-hand turn, and Wagner on the go pedal. He's got... Well, he's up front. The 02, I think with those fresh tires. You think Wagner may have just spun his tires a little bit? He started off strong, but the 2 just gobbled him back up. In the 25, that's James Miller. He's definitely got some tires. And Grudenberg, yep. he's pulling in too. He's up to 2nd already. The 02 down, trying to take position from Wagner. Ooh, little bump there. 2's trying to gather it up. Gather. That slows down the whole inside lane. And the 6 car goes around. No caution yet, though. Back up front, James Miller trying to fight off Gruenberg. The 25 and the 54 getting it on. The 54 goes down low. 25 stays up high, trying to keep that momentum. Pinches down just a little bit. Able to keep position. Gruenberg had to back off a little bit. James Miller fighting hard, trying to be the winner of this stage. 1 lap to go to do it.
The number 2, Gidroshik, has fallen back down to 17th place, Chris. So that really hurt him. You know, the next car, Jeffrey Fisher, the 60, is in 18th place, and that's the last car on the lead lap. So hopefully he can gather himself. He does have quite a space and the caution.
And what a battle to try and win that. James Miller able to keep that first place on the stage. Congratulations to him.
And he is down there in room 1, my friend.
I believe it was him, although Gruenberg's up front right now, so I'm waiting to just make sure the timing is right. Make sure. And yes, he goes back around. So your stage 2 winner is James Miller. And that was a heck of a run right there from James in the 25. We'll see if he's going to come down pit road. We'll wait for that. If he comes down pit road, we'll leave him alone until a service is complete.
And he is, in fact, coming down pit lane right now, Chris.
Gruenberg stayed out on track, so he's going to reassume the lead after this stage caution. Oop, guess I can't do that. Stay on Miller so we keep our the right stage winner here. Miller must have been just about out of gas. He's still on pit road. There he goes. We'll let him rejoin on the track, and then we'll get him up for an interview. James Miller, Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on that stage win, man. That was pretty good running for you.
Yeah, it struggled at the beginning there. It's good to get some bonus points for this, keep our championship lead going. That was, I'll admit, that was some pretty dirty blocking, but Matt and I raced together a lot, and yeah, I knew he'd race me pretty clean. I'm sure he's gonna get this one. I don't feel like if we, I feel like if we go green for a long time, he's gonna pull away. So that's my pick, to be honest, for the winner. But yeah, good to get some bonus points.
You were out on pit road for quite a long time. Were you just that low on fuel, or did you have some damage you had to fix up?
No, on that green flag run before that caution and the stage, just running that high line, smacked the wall a couple times, got some damage, and just fixing that up, just get it fresh. Since I was the only one who pitted, just might as well get it fixed up and ready for this restart.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to leave you to it. Congratulations again on the stage win. Good luck for the rest of the race.
All right, thank you. Enjoy the show, boys.
Thank you again. James Miller, stage winner of stage 2. That was an excellent. I mean, that was just fun. I don't know what else to say there.
It definitely was, Chris. And one cool thing, I'm looking at Mr. Miller's car there, and you know, he's got the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation right there on the side of his car, so that's pretty cool to see. He put on a heck of a show for the stage 2, but now he's restarting 17th. I wanted to ask him, but I know that it's getting close to time for green flag, so I didn't want to take up too much time. But you know, I wonder what he's thinking right now. I mean, he just won stage 2. He fell back to 17th, but he did repair the damage. He got tires. He's got fuel. It's going to be interesting to watch to see how fast he can move up to that field. We are on lap right now of 83 of 120, so he does have a little bit of time, but that might hurt. Actually, I'm showing him now scored in 16th place.
Yeah, Miller. The other thing that you didn't mention that he got out of that is he got some confidence, I think. So we're gonna keep an eye on him as we progress and see how it goes. I think it's too late to run a commercial this time, so we're gonna wait for the next one.
Yeah, right now it looks like the lights on the pace car are off, so once we get around turn 4, we are going to be going green once again.
Yeah, I know we can talk to more than just the stage winners, but, you know, I'm kind of just, we're trying to break ourselves in a little bit. We got to meet these guys one at a time. We're going to work our way down and get to know everybody here. We got weeks to do it. It's going to be great.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, Chris. I'm excited to be here with MaxSpeedTV, can't talk right now, and with the Drive for Suicide Prevention here at these Xfinity Series, and we are going green.
Matt Gruenberg drops the hammer, starting on the outside. Vic Bloom in the 77, trying to keep second place. It looked like the 70 car was going to try a little move to the inside. Didn't happen. Going to keep it back here just a little bit. The 20 car, that's Robert DiMontova. Sorry, Matt. Robert, rather. He's moved himself up to 5th position. The 50 car, Marquis Smith, in 6th right now. Kind of running that middle lane to top lane now. These guys separate going down the front stretch.
I'm really not sure what happened to the 77, Chris, there. He just kind of slowed up there on that restart. Gave Matt Gruenberg a little bit of a chance to get quite a lead. And now he's got some pressure from Logan in that 70 machine as he's starting to suck up to the rear of that car and probably going to be looking onto the inside maybe, but it seems like these guys really like that high lane.
Hunter Johnson with a pretty strong move right up the middle between two. And he goes to the outside lane. Hunter Johnson gets 2 in that lap. Marquis Smith running in 5th. Daniel Schoolmeister running in 4th. Logan Simmons in the 70 car. He's running 3rd. Vic Bloom, Matt Gruenberg, 2nd and 1st. Take a look back here a little bit. The 20 car, Robert DiMontova, seems to be falling back just a little bit. He refuses to go up to that top line. He likes that bottom line, it seems.
I'm looking back here at now 17th place, Chris, watching James Miller see what he's doing. He just got by the 24 car of, oh, my screen's going all crazy now.
It's
That'd be of David.
Travis.
Yep. And now he's got his sights onto the 60 car of Jeffrey Fisher, who has a little bit of a lead, but it's not going to last for long, Chris, as the 25 is moving up onto his rear right now.
Very different lines being run all around the track right now. As we take a look at the group just in front of him, including Thomas Wagner in the 43, Thomas Frey just ahead of him in the 38. And in the 52, we got Matt Moquin. He's running in 13th position right now, although he's got challenge from Ron Holyfield in the 1, who goes underneath him in a hurry. Ron Holyfield looking to go past the 38 car, Taylor Frey. The 1 car on the move.
Watching a good little battle here with Jordan McVoy, in that 21 machine. He's got Kevin in the 6 all over him in the 85, trying to find out what he wants to do too, Chris, but he is maintaining his position there in 7th right now.
Yeah, Jordan McAvey in the 21 car. He is surrounded by a bunch of them. Got a nice 6-car group going here. So we're lap 89, lap now 90 of 120. This one's getting closer to the end. 30 laps to go to decide it.
And it's going to be an exciting 30 laps, Chris.
Gruenberg has a 1.3 second lead right now over second place, Logan Simmons. And then we got to go back a little bit to Vic Bloom. Hunter Johnson under attack by Marquis Smith in the 50. And we're 3 wide just behind that.
These guys are definitely trying to find out where they want to be. And right now it actually looks like, well, whoa, the 8 car goes around 21, the 6 little bump. The 8 car cautions out.
Daniel Schoolmaster going around. Gets that one righted. We'll go back and take a look. There you see Daniel on the top lane. Oh, the 50 car makes a little contact. He checked up. 21 got in behind him, and just, that's racing. That is just racing right there. Nothing more you can do than that.
No, it seems they're all just fighting for a position, Chris, and, you know, the luck of the draw, that's just what happens. You tap that wall just a little bit, you're going to slow down, or if you think you're going to tap that wall just a little bit, you know, you're going to let off the throttle, maybe tap the brakes. The guys behind you, they don't know what you're going, you know, what you're doing, so that just kind of happens.
Pit stops are going to happen. Lap 92 of 120, just outside of the pit window. This is going to be interesting. Should have at least one more pit stop after this one.
What's really going to be interesting, Chris, is to see what these guys do for tires. If they're going to just take 2, just to that car to maybe loosen up a little bit, but get some fresh grip on those tires. And it's going to be interesting to see. Right now, it looks like the right side of the 54 machine goes up. And there goes the left, so he's getting 4 fresh tires.
4 fresh tires, and he's out. I am waiting for one driver in particular. There he is. Rick, we're going to find out how to pronounce a name. Kevin, this is Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
All right, first things first. You know, this is our first night up here in the booth, and we have a really big question for you.
All right.
Your last name. How do we pronounce it?
It's Giadricic.
Okay, we're going to have to come up with a nickname. No, we'll get that, Giadricic. That's easy now that we know.
Shoot, man. Yeah, that shocked me, man. Most people have trouble saying it.
Well, you know, I can't say I'm going to pronounce it again right, but I'll get close now. So listen, I have watched you go from the front to the back up front. Right now, currently running 4th. How's the car feeling to you?
It's a lot different with that fixed setup, man. I'm used to an open setup. and it's just a lot more tighter. Overall, though, man, as long as you can ride that high line, it's pretty good.
And you got any damage on there, or have you been able to get it fixed up kind of through the race?
Yeah, I've gotten it fixed up throughout the race, and that last pit just now, I used my quick repair just to help me out. But yeah, overall, it's been light damage.
Very good. Kevin, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the race, and we're going to try not to slaughter that last name, but I'm not going to promise anything.
Hey, man, sounds good.
All right, bud. Good luck to you.
Thank you, bud.
There we go. Our driver of the number 6 car. That was pretty cool, man. He's having a good time out there. He's been battling, like I said, up front, towards the back up front. He's doing a heck of a job out there, and if he's not used to running these fixed sets, they are different. They're normally a little tighter than what you would normally like as a driver, but he's doing a whale of a job.
Well, what's kind of cool, though, Chris, is during that interview, I mean, you just hear that he's out there having fun. You know, I mean, here's a guy who, like you said, he's gone back, he's spun around, you know, he's got damage on his car, but he's just having a good time out there, and it's paying off for him. He's staying cool. He's, you know, he qualified good, started the race second place. He's in 4th right now. There's still some time to do what he can do, and he's been putting on a little bit of pressure in the beginning of the race to Matt, so, you know, definitely don't count him out yet.
Yeah, pace car lights are off right now. They're heading down the back stretch, and we're getting ready to go. We've got lap 95 of 120 by my math. That's 25 laps or so. And Matt Grunberg up front, he has led so far this race 74 laps. Bloom has run 8 laps up front, and Sheen 4 up front. So Grunberg's definitely had control of this race, but with 25 laps at the start-finish line, it's really anyone's race so far.
It really is, Chris, but right now, I mean, you know, Matt's been really putting on a clinic. He's going to be restarting the race here. We're just waiting on him to go, and there he goes right now, and he gets another fantastic jump on that start.
And the 6 car, you want to talk about a good start, man. He's going from 4th, shooting up, trying for 2nd right now. He's on the outside of Hunter Johnson in the 02. The 6 car has cleared him, and right behind him in the 21 car, Jordan McAvoy is trying for 3rd. He's on the outside now. Hunter Johnson, no place to go. He's stuck on the inside. Definitely not where you want to be out there, Rick.
No, definitely not, Chris. I mean, the 6 and the 21 really actually worked with each other there, helped each other get past that, you know, the 02 right now. And now they're putting their sights onto the leader.
So right now we have almost half a second lead. We're going to see if Kevin or Jordan in the 6 or the 21 can try and chomp into that just a little bit. They need to do a little bit each lap to try and catch Matt Grunberg up front.
One thing that we were seeing, though, Chris, these guys are actually starting to work together to try to get that gap to close a little bit. Looks like the 21 might have gotten a little tight. He had to back off a little bit, which caused the number 6 car to get just a little bit more of a lead, but they're starting to catch back up to him.
We're going to check back with Ron Holyfield in the 1 car. He's got the 25 car, James Miller. He's going for the pass. James Miller, remember, he was back in 17th not that long ago. Now back up to 7th in the 25 car. Right behind him, Steve Hollinger in the 85 car for position over Ron Holyfield. So there's some moving going on out there still.
There definitely is, Chris. And right now it looks like that James Miller in that 25 machine is really starting to pull up into the 70 of Logan Simons. So we'll see what happens here. We're at lap 100 of 120. There's plenty of time to move up, but yeah, like you said, he was back there in 17th, 18th place. He moved up all the way up into 7th now, so it's a good spot to be. He's getting a little pressure right now, Chris, on his inside by the 85 of Steven Hollinger. I can't talk tonight. I don't know what it is. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to complete that pass as he just kind of slows down a little bit and maintains behind the number 25.
Steve Hollinger running currently in 8th place. James Miller in front of him. We'll go back just a little bit and take a look at the action behind. We're on board the 38 car right now. Taylor Frey, and he's got the 20 car in front of him. He's got Thomas Wagner to the outside. Wagner right now looking to go to the outside of Frey in a caution.
It looks like it might have been the 23 of Liam Sheen, Chris.
Got Liam Sheen and David Gervais off track right now. Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
Looks like the 24 Gervais is having a little bit of a difficulty getting back to the pits.
Got the 24 kind of just right into the back of the 23. The 23 had just momentum carried him back up into the 24, and around they both go. And that 24 car hit the wall hard. You can hear that motor struggling. He was trying to get it going again, so definitely injured that car.
The thing that's going to get real interesting, Chris, is obviously we know that they have at least one fast repair. Has he used it yet?
That's the question. The real one, though, is I think I said once before that they were going to have to pit one more time. And here we are under caution.
Under caution, we got 17 laps as of right now. They're going to be working on to 104, 120. So that's going to get interesting to see. Maybe a little splash and go?
Very, very possible. Alright, so I'm going to grab some water real quick. We're going to throw down a commercial. We'll be right back.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint league team or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, SimSpeedShop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
And we are back. Pace car lights just now shutting off. Getting ready to bring this one back to green flag conditions as the pace car goes into turn 1. Rick, we're setting up for a heck of a finish here.
You're absolutely right, Chris. And right now, if you look at the lineup, big move. James Miller in the 25 is back up into 4th place. We got Kevin. I'll let you pronounce his name because I haven't been able to practice it in front of the mirror yet, but he's sitting in 3rd. Jordan in the 21 machine is sitting in 2nd, and Matt Grutenberg is in 1st still. The lights are off. They're going to get ready to go green flag.
Pace cars down at the end of the back stretch, getting ready to go into turns 3 and 4. This is really do or die situation time. Does anybody have anything for Gruenberg, who's led 85 laps so far of this race? And I'm telling you, I'm not sure. This restart's going to be telling. As the pace car drops down, Gruenberg on the outside, your leader, controlling the field, and he smashes the go button. Good start by Jordan McAvoy in the 21. He's able to stay on the rear bumper, and that's something that we haven't seen really so far in this race. The 21 car doing everything he can, pushing his foot through the pedal to the floor, trying to get that 21 machine to behave and do exactly what he needs it to do.
He definitely got a good restart there, Chris. We'll see if he has anything for Matt at the end of the race here. Right now, he's got some tough competition right behind him. You got the 6 of Kevin. You got James in the 25. Vic Bloom, he's still in the 77. He's not out. He's in the in the top 5. So it's going to get interesting to see what happens. The guys further back are starting the race. They're getting side by side. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we're seeing 3 wide right now. The 60 car, Jeff Fisher, up into 7th position. We're going 4 wide, Rick. Holy cow, we're into the wall. The 43 car into the wall. The 02, the 70 car goes over and over. Holy cow. What a wreck.
Now, one thing that is terrible for the cars, because that was kind of what NASCAR considers the big one. There was a lot of cars that were just taken out there in the back of the field, Chris. One thing that this is going to do, though, it's going to allow those guys that are up in the top 5 doing what they have to do to really conserve some fuel so that they can go the distance. That's going to get interesting.
Not sure what happened to the 43 there. You see him just kind of all of a sudden dive up to the top. And man, what a horrible situation for a lot of drivers. You're right. There's a lot of drivers that were involved with that one.
I just want to put out a quick thank you to all the viewers who have been watching with us tonight. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for keeping chat active. And we hope we're putting on a good show, because I know these guys on the track, they're doing a fabulous job, Chris.
Well, yeah, you're definitely doing a good job. And I think, who do we want to bring in?
Well, while you figure that out, Chris, let's talk about next Friday, November 2nd. We're going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for 130 laps for the IamResponding.com 135. So we're looking forward to that. Catch us out next Friday here with the Drive for Suicide Prevention right here on MaxSpeedTV.
There we go. Right now, I am tempted. I don't know if
Grandstand,
I want to...
thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, Wagner's still on pit road. I think he's trying to get himself fixed up, so we're going to leave him alone. Kind of wanted to get a word in with him tonight. Eric Lyda currently sitting 3rd place in points, running in 12th position in that 33 car. Marquis Smith running in 10th in the 50 car. Maybe that's what we're going to do under this caution. We're going to go down through the field. Rick, we got right now the 54 car up front. That's Matt Gruenberg. The 21 car, Jordan McAvoy. Got Kevin sitting in 3rd place. I need to hear it again. I don't want to. I really, now that I know how to say it, I don't want to butcher it. James Miller in the 25 car. He's sitting in 4th position. Vic Bloom has been pretty much up front all night, sitting in 5th position. Ron Holyfield in the 1 car. He is running in 6th. Steve Hollinger running the 85 car. He is currently 7th. Jeff Fisher in the 60 car, running in 8th position. Daniel Schoolmaster, he's running in 9th in the 8 car. And Marquis Smith rounds out your top 10, running that 50 car. And I think we're probably, yeah, we're going to go back green flag, I think, after this lap. So we'll stick it up front and leave it here. And of course, we'll keep an eye out for the action, too. I don't know that we're done with this one yet. And, Wiz, you had to wash gum off of your face? I'm sure there's a story there somewhere.
I definitely want to thank Tim and Pit Crew out there also. We appreciate it. And we look forward to the rest of the season here with you guys. Now, Chris, the big question is, it looks like Matt Grutenberg in that 54 machine, he's going to be starting outside on that high line. Now, we know from talking with him at the end of stage 1, that's where he prefers to be. But Jordan in that 21 machine, he got a really good restart. So could this be a mistake, maybe? That's going to get interesting.
It's something we're going to keep an eye on. I think the outside line is just that much faster right now. It'll be a matter of how fast can the 21 get into the gas, and if he can get in front of that 25 car. Otherwise, Miller may be in a pretty good position here.
That's pretty much what I was thinking, and Miller has a lot riding on this, Chris. I mean, he's got a good little point lead. It's not, you know, super huge, but a win here tonight, or even a second place finish too, would help him. But, you know, these drivers aren't out here to take second. They're out here to win the race, so it's going to get real interesting to see. I think we're going to have a lot of fun once that pace car takes that hard left turn and goes down into the pit road, and we'll see what happens.
Speaking of that left turn, there it is. Pace car is off. We get set with 8 to go when we get past the start-finish line. Gruenberg with a decent start. Jordan McAvoy able to keep pace. McAvoy in the inside right now has a bumper advantage. The inside line was really doing a good job here on this restart, but the 54 able to go out front again. The 25 dives down low. James Miller trying to take third. The 77 of Vic Bloom closes the gap. Oh, they touch.
That was some good door-to-door racing right there, Chris.
James Miller falling back and back all the way back to 7th position right now in the 25 car. So he kind of got shuffled in the fray here. Jordan McAvoy up front, or excuse me, in 2nd place. He's still definitely within a shot of Gruenberg. Vic Bloom in the 77 worked his way back up in the 4th position. And Stephen Hollinger in the 85 has worked his way up to 5th. Vic Bloom, I don't think he's happy with 4th. He's going to go for 3rd. He puts the bumper on the 6 car. Just a nice little hi, I'm here.
He's definitely not giving up, Chris, in that number 77 machine. He's trying to get around that 6 car. And you might have a little bit of help with the 85. Steven's right there trying to figure out what these guys are going to do. And I'm sure at the 77, there we go. The 6 car gets into the wall a little bit, Chris. He has to back off a little bit, which allows the 77 and the 85 to move around him.
Vic Bloom up to 3rd in the 77. Steve Hollinger takes over 4th position. And Kevin in the 6 car all the way back to 5th after that little bobble. Matt Gruenberg up front. That's pretty much the smallest green flag lead he's had in a long time. Only 0.3 of a second. The 21, Jordan McAvoy, really just pouring it on here, trying to do everything he can to try and catch him. But right behind him, Vic Bloom. Vic Bloom is on a mission right now in that 77 car.
Another person who's on a mission is Eric Lyda in that number 33 machine, Chris. I saw his tires smoking a little bit. He's definitely pouring on hard as he goes around the 50 car of Marquis Smith to see what can happen. Right now, he is in 7th position. Looking back a little further, James Miller in that 25 machine has fallen back to 9th place, Chris.
Not the end of this race that he was looking for, I don't believe. We're going to keep it up here for the... Ooh, a battle for 3rd place. Steve Hollinger in the 85 takes it down low. The 77 behind the 21. 77 drops down low. The 21 comes down, almost meeting door to door, but they stay off from each other. The 77 gets around. Jordan McAvoy, Vic Bloom up to 2nd. McAvoy 3rd. Hollinger 4th. The 85 starting to catch the back bumper of the 21 now. We'll keep an eye here.
Just had a really good run by that number 33 machine of Eric. He's putting it on. He's got a little bit of pressure from the 1 car on that outside, but he's really making that inside lane work for him as he clears the 1 car, and he's going to be able to slide back up onto the top lane. That's Eric in number 33, and we're on the final lap, Chris.
All the way up front, we keep an eye on Matt Gruenberg, the 54 car, looking to win this one. Gruenberg on the backstretch, getting ready to take turns 3 and 4. It's Gruenberg, Bloom, McAvoy, your top 3. And the 54 car is your winner here tonight. Vic Bloom 2nd, Jordan McAvoy 3rd, Steve Hollinger 4th. Kevin ended up coming back into 5th, Eric Lyda 6th, Ron Holyfield 7th, Marquis Smith 8th, David Gervais finishes up in 9th, a good run for him. James Miller ended up in 10th position. Matt Mokwin 11th, Jeff Fisher 12th, Daniel Schoolmaster 13th, Liam Sheen 14th, and the list goes on and on. We've got Robert D. Montova 15th, Thomas Wagner able to squeeze a 16th out after that earlier accident, Taylor Frey in the 38 car, he's finishing 17th tonight. Hunter Johnson is 18th, and Logan Simmons 19th. Those are the people that were able to cross the start-finish line as Matt Gruenberg starts burning down the house. What a great run for him tonight.
Oh, that was outstanding, Chris. I mean, he had stages all the way. You know, he started out the race strong. He won stage 1. Stage 2 went to James Miller, but Matt Gruenberg was right there in the number 54. And just like he did all night, he just dominated. And there he is, like you said, burning it down. He's going to be grabbing that checkered flag.
We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to set up post-race interviews, and we'll get to listen to the top 3 finishers here tonight.
Yeah, he doesn't have TeamSpeak.
All right, Matt. Well, hey, listen, Matt, you are the winner here tonight. Absolutely dominating performance. 100 laps led here tonight. Congratulations. How does this one feel?
Yeah, it's a great win. I had this race circled since I found out we were racing here last week. It's my home track, so a lot of pride on the line to take home the W here. So I just tried to put on my best effort, and it ended up working out for me.
Yeah, man, that was a ride and a half in that 54 car. And, we talked to you after the end of stage 1. You said the car felt a little tight. Did it continue to be tight, or did it loosen up at all for you?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same. It was tight all the way through. We didn't get enough green flag laps to really heat up the top too much to make it loose. So I think everybody was just experiencing the same tight feeling all throughout the race, just with the amount of cautions we had.
Well, Matt, this is Rick. You did an awesome job. You came in tonight to this race sitting 5th in points, so you're going to be moving up a little bit there. You won at your home track. You're excited. Anybody out there you want to thank, my friend?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to thank William Kruska for creating Drive for Suicide Prevention. It's a really good cause, and his truck league, I learned a lot in it. it's translated well over here to the Xfinity League, and I'd also like to thank my teammates Jordan and Kevin. They put on a good show tonight as well. It sucks for Kevin there at the end. He got into it, or something happened there, and he wasn't able to get 1, 2, 3. But good run for Jordan as well, and it was a good team finish for all of us.
Well, you guys did a fabulous job. We look forward to talking, hopefully, with you again next week as we head to Charlotte, and for that. So congratulations on your win, bud.
Yep, thank you.
And coming in second tonight, Vic Bloom. Vic, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Vic, hey, man, that 77 car was looking pretty good, and you had a little work to do in that last green flag run. Can you take me through it?
Yeah, so that last green flag run, I don't know where I restarted. I think I restarted like 6th, 5th, or 6th maybe. I don't know. I restarted not the greatest position that I wanted to. And I know Matt referred to this, and I didn't get into the 6th if I did, because on my end I didn't. So if I did, I apologize to him. We butted heads a little bit over it. Yeah, it was just, I felt like for some reason the car just, for me, came alive at the end. I don't know what it was. That last run was probably the fastest run I've ever had at Kansas.
Well, Vic, you did an awesome. Oh, sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say, it was really cool watching you run that 77 Penrite Toyota up there through. You came in tonight's race sitting in 16th, so you went up 3 from the last race. You're gonna move up again, buddy. So congratulations. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just got to thank my teammates at 715 Sim Racing, Logan, Marquise, as well as got to thank Robert D. Mantova and Daniel Schoolmeister. They were all in a Discord call with me during the entire race. Props to them. Kept me focused, kept me going during the entire race. Made sure that I kept my head a few times.
All right, so that's Vic Bloom ended up finishing second position here tonight. And that's going to do it here at MaxSpeedTV. Rick, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank everybody for coming out and watching along with us here tonight. We really do appreciate it. And have yourselves a great night.
Yeah.